Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking something that honestly sounds incredibly dry, the world of maritime legalese and government amendments, and we're going to make it bright, simple, and visually crystal clear. We're looking at a brand new amendment that fundamentally shifts how marine navigation and shipping are governed. And trust me, it's actually a fascinating look at how huge systems are built to work together seamlessly.
Okay, check out this massive wall of text from Part 16 of the newly inserted Amendment 325. It's a dense legal puzzle, isn't it? On the surface, it's just a chunk of statutory jargon inserting a new rule, Section 40A, into existing law. If you were just reading this in a government gazette, your eyes would probably glaze over immediately. What is this actually trying to say beneath all those formalities?
Well, let's make this simple. Let's brush away all that bureaucratic clutter and just visually map out exactly what this means for the real world. We want this to be easy to understand at first glance. Absolutely no gloomy legal debates here, just a bright, clear look at how our maritime laws are getting a major upgrade in efficiency.
Part 1. The two acts compared. Sorting out the legislation.
To really understand this strategic integration, we first need to meet the two main players on the board. First up, we have the year 2021. This number represents the Marine Aids to Navigation Act of 2021. Think of this as the established law of the sea when it comes to things like lighthouses, vessel traffic services, and all the physical and digital aids that keep ships from crashing into coastlines. It's got its own structure, its own rules, and its own leadership.
And right next to it, we have the year 2025. This brings us the brand new overarching Merchant Shipping Act. This is the big one. It's the comprehensive framework designed to govern the entirety of the merchant shipping industry moving into the future.
But here's the catch, and this beautifully illustrates the potential problem. Both of these massive, incredibly important acts come with their very own Director General. You've got the 2021 Director General managing navigational aids on one side, and the 2025 Director General managing the broader shipping industry on the other. Without a clear hierarchy, having two powerful leaders operating in the exact same maritime space, that could be a recipe for massive confusion. You'd essentially have two captains trying to steer the exact same ship.
Which brings us to Part 2, the new chain of command. Section 48A, visualized.
This is exactly why that dense amendment we looked at earlier exists. We needed to establish a new chain of command. And what's really interesting here is how simple the fix actually is. Section 48A is literally just an amendment dropped directly into the older 2021 Act. Its entire purpose? To give the new 2025 Director General the explicit legal authority to direct the 2021 Director General. It acts as a direct legal bridge linking these two separate departments together, so they absolutely have to operate as a unified team.
Let's see how this builds out in practice, because it's perfectly straightforward. Step 1, the overarching Director General of the 2025 Merchant Shipping Act takes the lead. Step 2, they issue the necessary directions based on the broader shipping strategy. Step 3, those directions flow straight down to the Director General of the 2021 Act. And finally, Step 4, that 2021 DG receives them to seamlessly implement the Act out on the water. It totally transforms a potential turf war into this clean, smooth assembly line of governance.
Moving on to Part 3, why this integration matters. Strategic governance in action.
Now that we can visualize the mechanics of how this all works, we really have to ask the big question. Why did lawmakers bother to write this specific amendment into law at all? Well, the picture is perfectly clear. First off, it achieves total strategic integration. Navigation and shipping are no longer operating in silos. They are fully synchronized. Second, it completely prevents overlapping authorities. There's zero guessing about who has the final say. Third, it actually streamlines the implementation of the older 2021 Act by aligning it directly with modern 2025 goals. And lastly, it undeniably clarifies the ultimate chain of command. This is honestly a fantastic example of a government proactively organizing itself to keep our vast shipping lanes running smoothly, safely, and efficiently without all that bureaucratic red tape getting in the way.
Which leaves us with a truly exciting thought to ponder. If just this one small, seemingly dry amendment fundamentally shifts the entire chain of command for marine navigation, it leaves you wondering, right? Exactly what other massive transformations does the 2025 Merchant Shipping Act have in store for the future of our marine governance? I mean, if they're this meticulous about the chain of command, the rest of the act is bound to be revolutionary.